You're probably wondering, Brittany, why is there a different background? And then all the Star Wars fans are gonna sit there and fangirl or fanboy because of the Star Wars posters that are in the background. This isn't my room, this isn't college, this isn't Zach's basement, but it still is in Zach's house. This is my live-in room when I stay at Zach's house. So I decided I had to film a video in here, one, because the lighting is actually really awesome. If I would have situated the camera differently, it would have been better, but you know. So if you cannot tell from the title, this is going to be my very short February wrap-up. And in total, I only read 4 books in the month of February, so this is just going to be a quick video explaining what I read and what I thought of them, but without further rambling, let's get started. So the first book I finished in the month of February was Odd Apocalypse by Dean Koontz, and I rated this book 4 out of 5 stars. It was definitely an enjoyable read, a bit confusing at times, and I listened to it on audiobook, so I got a bit lost when I was listening to it because I would have to do stuff at work. But still, I'm very much enjoying the Odd Thomas books, and I actually am really enjoying Dean Koontz's writing more than I thought I would. The second book I read in the month of February is The Penultimate Peril by Lemony Snicket, and this is the 12th book in the series of Unfortunate Events books. This was rated a 4 out of 5 stars. I haven't read this in this series, so it was nice finding a book and from that series and not knowing what it was about and not knowing what was going to happen, because a lot of the books I knew what was going to happen. I knew what the ending was. But this one was actually a complete surprise because I guess when I was little I never actually fully read the series. The fourth book I read is Little House in the Big Woods, and this is by Laura Ingalls Wilder, and I rated this 4 out of 5 stars. I definitely loved these books a lot more when I was a child, but it was so awesome being able to get back into reading these books as I'm older, and it still gave me such a nostalgic feel, so I'm very happy about that. Now that I'm older, though, I did realize that there were some grammatical errors that I didn't notice when I was little, and it was just very redundant and repetitive and vague sometimes. But overall, it was still such a great read, and they still make me want to live like them, like hunting for our food and not having electricity, of that sort. Apparently when I was little I wanted to live like that so badly from reading these books, but I guess even now they still give me that feel. And the last book I read in the month of February is one I had to read for class, and it is called Sticky Faith, a youth worker edition, practical ideas to nurture long-term faith in teenagers. And this is by Kara E. Powell, and I rated this 4 out of 5 stars. This is probably the only book that I've read so far for any of my youth classes in the past 2 years that I have actually enjoyed fully and that I got so many ideas from. This book made me talk to the text, made me circle and highlight so many important things, and even though I had to read it to write a paper, I didn't feel like I was reading it for an assignment. I felt like I actually picked it up and read it on my own. I read it in one sitting, and I just thought it was a very nice book. So if you're going to be working with teenagers in any faith-based aspect, I really feel like you should pick this book up just because it is filled with important information about teenagers and how to deal with them and how to build them up in their faith. So like I said, that is my very short February wrap-up. I only read 4 books, but a majority of them were really good. So I hope March is a better reading month. If you like this video, please give it a huge thumbs up and hit that red button down below to be notified of any more videos I post in the near future, and so you can be subscribed to my channel. If you guys have read any of these books, or if you guys had a childhood filled with the Little House on the Prairie books or a series of unfortunate events, you should totally tell me about those childhood stories in the comments down below. And tell me what you guys read in the month of February and what you plan on reading in the month of March. Spoiler alert, I read Carry On in March, and let me tell you, so many feels for that book. But I'm gonna go, so until next time, bye guys.